Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into this. I'm going to take a look at collective message. I usually start these out with some anecdote, something real that happened, usually pertaining to my dog. Um, and wow, Puppykins has been very demanding, as he tends to be, but he's been like hurting me every time he gets excited, pushing me along because he is a kennel dog. So, of course, he nudges with his little nose. And so I've been getting a lot of little assistance around the house any place we go lately. It's quite funny. But maybe somebody is being nudged to go a certain direction. We do have the death card here. Maybe it's more the energy of the universe helping, assisting, trying to make a character aware of the fact that they're in a massive transformation. Next year is Year of the Snake, and we've got this feminine wrapped up in a cocoon and wrapped round and round with that serpent energy, right? So with that death card being there, it really does make me think that we may have a divine feminine that is being nudged to either become aware that she's transforming or to just embrace the transformation. We have Eight of Cups. She is slowly but surely walking away from something, even if she doesn't know it. You notice that her spiritual self is actually in front of the rest of her. So I kind of think that her energy flow is actually shifting and transforming first. There's a lot of releasing of hurt and pain. She's getting lighter and brighter. She had carried around some kind of wound for quite a while. Either her memory of somebody is starting to fade, her thoughts of them are getting like murkier, and that's because she is kind of like leaning into the next chapter of her life. Hanged Man, this has been a while coming and it is still like in progress. And she's being nudged to see this in a different light, to recognize. I think she feels better overall and hasn't really recognized yet that she's feeling better, like her heart feels lighter. Wow. The universe is nudging her to do this because it's going to all of a sudden be a little thunderclap of change. Like the universe has been gradually like preparing her, almost the way sometimes if let's say we start a new job and it's more physical than what we're used to, and we're on training, and so they haven't given us all of our duties yet, but they've been training us, and every day we're doing kind of repetitious lifting of boxes, moving of things or something like that, and we don't realize it, but we're actually building up muscle mass, and we're actually building up strength, and we're getting over the course of onboarding over the first month or something, we actually are getting smoother, more proficient, more powerful without even knowing it. And then one day, bam, we're full-fledged, training wheels are off, we're ready to rock and roll. And it almost feels like that's what the universe has been doing with her. The universe has been getting her ready, and there's about to be the big old thunderclap of some big change. What is her big change? New love. Page of Wands. She just might find herself attracted to somebody new. She just might find herself looking over the landscape and saying, "Oh my God, there's hotties everywhere. I haven't noticed anybody in so long." Page of Wands could be a new energy of excitement, a new energy of like a creative spark as well. But then we couple it here with that Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is, I think she's going to have a breakthrough that there were some illusions. I mean, not to be rude here, but I think she's going to discover she has lost all taste for whomever she used to think about so much. She has lost interest in them. She used to maybe even obsess over them a little bit. There was this heaviness in her heart all the time. There was a heaviness that she was dragging around with her. And it almost feels like that's going to be gone suddenly. None of that hurt is going to be left anymore. That is a pretty amazing thing, that she's possibly going to be more or less turned off by even the memory of that person, or they'll have become kind of unattractive, where she won't be able to see what she saw in them before. We have this, first off, we have Liberation is the name of this card, although it would be the Judgment card in any other deck. We notice that she is majorly transforming. She is completely different. And with that Two of Swords in the reverse, she's going to become very aware of it. She's going to become aware that she's free of the pull that this relationship used to have on her. The only reason I'm going to go ahead and do this is I just kind of want to see, is there any impact on the person that she's letting go of? A Queen of Swords, a Knight of Swords, a Queen of Cups. Yeah, they suddenly feel like a sudden surge of energy. They may have a sudden strong desire to want to race toward her. They may suddenly be flooded with memories of her. They may suddenly think, oh my God, she's the most loving, the most wonderful, the most beautiful, the most truthful, the most, I'm so clear that she's the person I need to go talk to. Are they, I always feel like anytime there's a big change, there's like a ripple effect, big change, ripple effect. Two of Wands. If anything, it's like his head is on a swivel and he's wondering what he could possibly do now to change this, go back in time, fix it. We got Justice, we got Ace of Swords. In this story, we're saying him just because we've got a lot of him energy in this. This could be a same-sex couple though, too. I could look at those queens in this, as this individual that she is getting over. I almost think, though, it's like he's waking up from this prolonged sleep and saying, wait, where is she? Where is she? Oh, my gosh. I don't know how much time passed. How did so much time pass? This feels like he can feel the truth of the matter is this was a mistake on his part. The truth of the matter is, I don't know if he was looking everywhere but at her. And now it's like, why did I not move toward her? Why was I so confused? We see the ball of string that kind of is all tangled up, or we could say that it's kind of like making the look of a spider web. I don't know if he was caught in someone else's web for a period of time and suddenly he knows that was a mistake. It does feel like like his head is kind of spinning. Why is that at all important? Knight of Coins, because as much as he might want to run toward her, I think that there's an awareness that that's not something he can do. I mean, maybe really slow, thoughtful motion now. Page of Cups. If he may recognize that if he goes looking for her, she's not where she used to be. If there's some way that he suddenly wants to reach out to her, I don't know, maybe she's changed her phone number, maybe she's moved, maybe she doesn't use that email anymore. Maybe all kinds of things are unavailable. And it seems like his impulsive action doesn't yield any results. So then slowly he could be starting to think about, is there another way? I've got to say sorry. I've got to fix this somehow, some way. He doesn't have to fix it though, because she's gone. She's really gone from what we can see in this. She seems to be very much over this. Let's get a chakra card. Tell me just about her energy flow. Her energy flow is what? The Lovers. She might be going through and deleting old pictures. She might be reliving this past experience like it was somebody else it happened to. Crown chakra is here, so she's very much in her higher self, and I think she's very much aware of what kind of lover she wants next, what kind of relationship she had with them, which might have only been passion, and what kind of romantic relationship she'd like to have. My impression is this was something long ago and she held on to it for a really, really long time, even though what she held on to was the hurt and the pain. But I think what she's looking for now is someone that she could build a long-term connection with. We have a Three of Cups in the reverse. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is the house of willpower, solar plexus. She has zero desire to go and talk to them. This is the throat chakra. She has zero need to communicate anything to them. It's really over. Like I said before, I feel like she lost her attraction for this person. If she does look back at an old photo, because I feel like this is like the massive purge now. It's a purge from her mind, from her heart, and any like tangible like old pictures of them or something like that. She may look at the picture of him and her and be like, I don't know why I thought they were so cute. I don't see it. I just don't see it anymore. Yeah, no, it's like her vision is completely different now. Okay, so I just want to know what comes next for her, because we can obviously see she is over this. She is done with this. She is moving in a new direction. So what comes next? Five of Swords sideways. There is still this big need to keep this away from her. I do see that. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. That's kind of her new mantra. So it's a little bit of like, all I want to do is move on. Page of Wands, again for her. New excitement, new interest. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. We got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Because it's kind of like she's coming out of this, it's weird because it's like they're both coming out of this deep sleep. Like she was trapped for a long time in this holding pattern of wanting them, not understanding why they weren't with her, why didn't they want her, and now she doesn't want them. At the same time, they're coming out of this weird deep sleep saying, oh my God, I messed this all up. I really want her. So it's weird that they're both waking up to completely opposite roles, but we keep seeing her with this Page of Wands. She wants something for herself now. It's like if a bear comes out of hibernation, what's one of the first things they got to go do? Get food. She is hungry. She doesn't want to give anymore. She wants something for herself. She's suddenly awakening and saying, I want it. Ten of Pentacles. No, I don't want to give to anybody. I want to go out and I want to find stuff that's going to be fair and square, that's, going to work out. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I want to really grow. Maybe she kind of had neglected some aspects of her own life for a while, not made a lot of progress in areas of her own life. She is going to get reinvigorated. If she was kind of floating along for a while, not really making a lot of headway in her own hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, money, finance, career path, I think she can be flooded with new ideas that will yield great results, financial results, monetary results. There could be a huge flood of amazing energy in her world. We have a Page of Cups. We have a Two of Pentacles. If anything, for her, I think that there's a completely new chapter opening up for her, because she's put this person, by the way, that person from the past, just because we did see them with that Libra energy, they could be a Libra. We had a little bit of everything for them. They don't have to be, but we did have like Libra, Gemini, Aquarius for that sudden like surge of energy. And then we've come across as fire sign. They've come across with a lot of air, but Libra was the only major arcana that we had. We did have some water energy around them as well. Not really much in the context of Pentacles other than that Knight of Pentacles, but all zodiacs are there, but heavily represented is mostly just Libra. On her side, she has come across as strong Scorpio, really strong Scorpio, because she doubled down on that. Also strong Aries. So either taking charge of her emotions, I could look at it that way. Also, we had Gemini on her side. Sorry, I realized I didn't really mention that before. And she's come across as a Queen of Pentacles, so possibly a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But this is all new love. This is new everything. But I think it's finally leading her to the correct path. So let me just ask this. Why was she ever basically tangled up with the wrong person and feeling all those emotions for the wrong person if the correct path was out there for her? We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Justice card sideways. Somehow, some way, she did get tangled up in someone else's energy flow. It wasn't fair. Maybe she could have avoided it, but didn't really know how. Or maybe it was that they said things that they really did mean, that they really wanted her. They weren't being a player in the beginning. However, they couldn't have actually moved forward. So maybe she got tangled up with them because there was something that was real, that like the emotion seems to have been real. They really wanted her. They still really want her. But there was something that was not right. They weren't trying to be a player with her in the beginning. They had real emotion. Something was never actually going to work out that way. So maybe they said all the things that they really felt for her. They loved her. They think the world of her. They want to be with her. They weren't playing, but it wasn't fair for them to say that. And they know that with that King of Swords. So they keep coming across as a strong air sign. Why did they say things? See, the Chariot was sideways. They were never really going to move toward her with all the things that they said, but they played house. They pretended. They said all the things that they wanted. I love you. I want this with you. We're going to be happily ever after. But they knew even then there was no timeline on them doing that. Not really. They seemed to be somebody that I don't think that they were okay. They were playing games, but at the same time they weren't. They mostly played games with what they wanted, and they said all the things that they truly meant, but couldn't cash those checks. Right? There was no real either timeline where they could actually follow through with the promises that they had made to her. There was no real energy of them genuinely putting a plan into action with that Chariot sideways. They needed to leave some other situation and move toward her. They pretended that they were so sure of it. This is what I'm going to do. But what they should have said is, what I wish I was just going to do is X, Y, and Z. What I wish is that I would leave this other situation, whatever it was, and move toward you. I wish I was going to do that. If I were ever going to do that, you're the person that I would love to be with. You're the one. But they never actually had plans. But instead of them saying, I don't have any plan in mind about when this will happen, because I intend to keep sacrificing time, energy, happiness, and staying right where I am. But just let me tell you, I mean that I love you and I want to be with you, but I absolutely won't be doing it anytime soon. That's the part where I think that they didn't explain that bit. And that's the thing that's a big, heavy burden for them to have to carry, because it is, maybe that's a really big lie, because they said things that they really meant. So that part was true, but the execution of the plan, and they're absolutely not doing it. That part, I don't think that they ever said. Now, here's the truth of it. They are the ones much poorer for their lack of motion in their own life. They are in a very miserable phase without her. I think that they have let time tick by. I don't know if it's years, I don't know if it's months, but they have let all this time tick by, and she has transformed to the point where she is not even attracted to them anymore, and they are desperately attracted to her still, and they are miserable without her. With that Nine of Cups, they see their happiness sailing away, and they're not on that ship. The ship has left, and they are not on it. They have a strong desire with that Hermit in the reverse to finally communicate something, but she literally, we already saw on the throat chakra, she has no desire to communicate. Six of Wands upright. If they traded changing, like moving toward her for some kind of a success, it is a very hollow victory. They may be celebrated by some group, maybe their peer group, but they are miserable on the inside. And maybe that's what they want to say is, I've made all the wrong choices. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter, because she's moved on. What their choices have yielded is a life without her in this case. And that is something that they don't have her audience anymore either. They won't be able to connect with her again, is what this says. She's matching with somebody else, that Two of Pentacles. She has somebody amazing up ahead for her. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.